Welcome back, everybody. We're diving into something pretty cool today.
Yeah,
AI and architecture.
definitely a hot topic.
Yeah, we're looking at a fascinating article called "The AI Renaissance in Architecture" by Dr. Bahram H. Yousefi.
Oh, yeah, I've read that one. It's great.
Right, he's like a design expert, coach, instructor,
hmm
and the brains behind BHY Solutions.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, it's a consultancy,
Yeah.
helping companies
Right.
figure out this whole AI and design thing.
Yeah, it's a brave new world out there.
It really is.
Right.
And the big idea here, it's not about
Yeah.
robots taking over.
Right.
It's more like
Right.
AI giving architects superpowers.
Yeah, like imagine Da Vinci with a digital paintbrush.
Exactly. Or Le Corbusier, like generating buildings with an algorithm.
I mean, think about the possibilities. This isn't just about, fancy renderings. It's about how we live and work and even how we feel in these spaces.
So Dr. Yousefi, he talks about this thing called dynamic architecture,
Oh, yeah.
like buildings that can evolve.
hmm
It sounds like something out of like a sci-fi movie.
It does, but we're closer than you think.
Really?
I mean, think about it. We already have buildings that respond to temperature, adjust lighting.
Right.
This is like that, but on steroids.
Okay, so like what could that even look like?
Well, Dr. Yusufi talks about, for example, skyscrapers that reconfigure their facades
Wow.
to maximize natural light,
Okay.
or office buildings that adapt their layouts based on, how people move throughout the day.
So they're like almost alive.
That's the idea, constantly adapting to their surroundings, to the needs of the people inside.
Wow. It's like building becomes an organism.
Precisely.
And then he also talks about AI as like a design partner.
Yeah, that's a big one.
So like in the past, architects were limited by,
Right.
materials, physics, whatever.
But now AI can kind of analyze those limitations and come up with solutions we might never even think of.
So instead of being constrained by limitations, it's like,
It's like turning those limitations into fuel for innovation.
that's pretty wild.
It is.
But like, how does that work?
Well, one way is through generative design.
Generative design.
Yeah, so basically the architect sets, parameters.
Okay.
Like the building's purpose, location, any codes, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then the AI generates tons of design options,
Wow.
each one optimized for those specific parameters.
So it's like having a brainstorming partner
Yeah.
on like mega steroids or something.
Right. But one that can actually visualize all those possibilities.
And the results are like,
Oh, they can be amazing.
yeah.
AI can create these really complex forms, organic shapes,
Uh-huh.
stuff that honestly humans would struggle to design manually.
And it's not just about like pretty shapes, right?
No.
Dr. Yousefi talks about AI's role in sustainability,
Oh, absolutely.
which is, obviously a huge thing in architecture these days.
It's huge, yeah.
So how is AI helping us make buildings, greener, more eco-friendly?
Well, for one, it can analyze a building's energy consumption,
Huh?
in real time and adjust things like heating, cooling, ventilation to cut down on waste.
Like a built-in sustainability expert.
Yeah, always working in the background.
That's amazing.
And it goes even further than that.
Oh,
AI can help optimize how a building interacts with the environment,
okay.
like designing facades that, maximize natural light but minimize heat gain.
So less reliant on artificial lighting and AC.
Exactly. It's all about working with nature, not against it.
I like that.
That's, I think, a big part of Dr. Yousefi's AI Renaissance idea.
Yeah.
It's not just about flashy buildings.
Right.
It's about making spaces that are good for people
Yeah.
and good for the planet.
So we've got buildings that can adapt, designs that push the boundaries, and a focus on sustainability.
Yeah.
But what about us? Yeah, like where do people fit into all this?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. Dr. Yousefi talks about personalized architecture.
Personalized architecture.
Yeah, buildings designed to respond to, the needs and preferences of the people using them.
So it's not like a one-size-fits-all approach anymore.
No.
It's like tailor-made buildings.
That's the idea.
Okay, give me an example. I need to wrap my head around this.
Okay, imagine a home that adjusts its lighting and temperature based on your mood,
Wow.
or an office that reconfigures itself to, encourage collaboration or
Yeah.
provide quiet spaces depending on what you need.
So it's like the building becomes an extension of you
Almost like an intelligent assistant.
that anticipates your needs.
Exactly.
That's pretty mind-blowing.
And it has huge potential for, accessibility too,
Oh, right.
creating environments that are truly inclusive for, people with disabilities.
Now, this all sounds amazing.
It is.
But I got to ask, how much of this is like actually possible right now?
That's a great question.
Yeah?
And it's something we'll dig into more in the next part of our deep dive. But the short answer is it's already happening.
Really?
Yeah, some of these tools are still, early stages,
Right.
but architects are already using AI to design buildings that are more efficient, more sustainable, and more responsive
Than ever before.
than ever before.
Okay, I am hooked. We got to take a quick break.
Sure.
We'll be back in a moment to dive deeper into these real-world applications of AI in architecture. Stay with us.
Yeah, so, it's really cool to see how all this AI stuff is,
Yeah.
actually being used.
Like real-world stuff.
Exactly. It's not just theory anymore.
Give me some examples I'm dying to hear about, like actual buildings.
Okay, well, one area where AI is really making a difference is sustainable design.
Okay, yeah.
There are tons of firms using AI to optimize building performance and,
Right.
Make them more eco-friendly.
Yeah.
Like some firms are using AI to analyze a building's energy usage.
And then it can pinpoint areas where they can save energy.
That's smart.
Yeah. And it can even suggest design changes.
Oh, wow.
Like where to put windows, how to improve insulation,
It's like having a sustainability consultant that
Yeah.
lives in the building.
and never sleeps.
That's amazing.
And it's not just about, saving energy.
Right.
AI can also help design buildings that are more in tune with nature.
Yeah.
Like there are architects using AI to design facades that actually adjust to the weather.
So like if it's hot out, they
Yeah, they
change or something.
Exactly, to maximize natural light and ventilation,
Wow.
but also minimize heat gain.
It's like a building that's like a chameleon.
Yeah, kind of. It adapts to its surroundings.
So it stays comfortable and energy efficient.
That's the goal.
I love that.
There's actually a project in Abu Dhabi,
Oh, yeah.
the Albar Towers.
Oh.
They have this incredible facade.
Inspired by traditional Islamic mashrabiyah screens.
See, those are beautiful.
They are, and they're designed to, shade the building from the sun.
Right, right.
But in this case, the screens are controlled by AI.
Wow.
So they're constantly adjusting, based on the sun's angle, the temperature.
So it's like the building is breathing.
That's a great way to put it. It's reacting to the environment in a way that, traditional architecture just couldn't.
And that's just one example.
Right.
There must be tons of projects like that.
Oh, yeah, all over the world.
Using AI to make buildings more sustainable.
More efficient, more connected to nature.
It's really amazing to see all this happening.
It is.
And it's not just about sustainability, right?
No.
You're talking before about personalized architecture.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole other frontier.
And are there examples of that in the real world yet?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Like some companies are using AI to design homes
Yeah.
that can adapt to the people living in them.
Okay, what does that even, what does that look like?
So picture this. You have a home that can adjust its lighting and temperature based on, your mood.
Okay.
Or reconfigure itself to create different spaces.
Like what kind of spaces?
Well, depending on what you need.
Yeah.
A space for work, for relaxing, for entertaining.
Wow, so it's like a constantly evolving space.
Yeah.
Like an extension of yourself, almost.
Exactly.
I mean, the possibilities are like...
Oh, they're endless. And then about, the potential for accessibility.
Right, yeah.
Making homes and workplaces
Yeah.
truly inclusive for everyone.
That's incredible.
It is. It's using AI to, really make a difference in people's lives.
Now, this is all very exciting,
Right.
but also a little bit, I don't know, scary.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Like this technology is so powerful.
It is.
What if it goes wrong?
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
And it's something we need to think about carefully.
Like, how do we make sure
Yeah.
that AI is used responsibly in architecture?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And it's something we'll definitely be discussing
Yeah.
in the final part of our deep dive. Because while the benefits are huge,
Right.
there are also ethical considerations.
Yeah.
We need to make sure this technology
Yeah.
is developed and used in a way that benefits everyone.
Okay. Well, I am definitely on the edge of my seat.
Good. We'll be right back to unpack all of that.
So we've talked about buildings that are like living organisms and AI that can personalize our homes and cities. It's clear that AI can revolutionize architecture.
Yeah.
But like we were saying, there's a need for like caution too.
Absolutely.
How do we make sure this technology is used responsibly?
Well, that's a question Dr. Yousefi really focuses on.
Yeah.
He emphasizes something called human-centered design.
Human-centered design.
Yeah, so it's about making sure technology serves human needs,
Okay.
not the other way around.
So it's not about letting AI like take over.
No, no.
It's about using it as a tool
Right.
to create a better world.
Exactly.
Now, what are some of the potential pitfalls?
Well, one concern is that, AI design tools
Yeah.
could lead to like a homogenization of architecture.
Homogenization. So like,
Yeah, like all buildings start looking the same
oh, okay.
because they're, optimized for efficiency or whatever.
That would be kind of sad, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Like the beauty of architecture is in its diversity.
Absolutely. Different cultures, different styles. It's what makes it so interesting.
So how do we prevent that? How do we make sure AI enhances creativity
Right.
and doesn't like stifle it?
Well, I think education is a big part of it.
Okay.
We need to teach architects, designers,
Right.
how to use these AI tools effectively,
Okay.
not just as, technical instruments, but as creative partners.
So like understanding AI's potential,
Yes.
but also its limitations.
Right.
And like making sure human judgment is still at the heart of it all.
It's about architects evolving alongside the technology,
Yeah, that makes sense.
becoming fluent in AI,
Okay.
but never losing their own creative vision.
And it's also about like collaboration, right?
So absolutely, between architects, AI experts, all sorts of stakeholders.
To make sure this technology is used for good.
Exactly. It's not just about the tech itself.
Right.
It's about the people behind it.
The choices we make.
Yeah, the choices we make.
And that's kind of a big responsibility.
It is.
The future of architecture is in our hands.
That's right. It's not predetermined.
And that's, I don't know, it's exciting,
It is exciting.
but also a little bit scary.
I get it. It's a lot to think about.
But like Dr. Yousefi says,
Yeah.
the AI renaissance is about creating a better world.
And that's something worth striving for.
Definitely.
So what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from all this?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think it's this. AI has the power to transform architecture,
Yeah.
but we need to make sure that transformation is a positive one.
Okay.
We need to approach it with enthusiasm,
Yeah.
but also a critical eye.
Oh.
Always remembering that the goal is to
Yeah.
create spaces that are not just beautiful and efficient, but sustainable, equitable, and human.
I love that. Beautifully said.
Thank you.
And for our listeners who want to learn more,
Yeah.
I definitely recommend checking out Dr. Yousefi's work.
Yeah, his company, BHY Solutions.
They're doing some amazing stuff.
Yeah, you can find them online, bhy.solutions.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive
It's been a pleasure.
into the world of AI and architecture.
Yeah.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning,
Yeah.
and keep imagining the possibilities.